quickly, let's have a look at the ARV. I've done a bit of detail work today. I did a bit of painting and like a bit of sensors and doors and, you know, stuff to make it look like there's something going on here. I really like how Kid did his ladders. So I've done that on both sides, and that was a real hassle because the pipes for the drive line come through here and then they had to go up. Now they go over and around, back down and then across. I've put my logo back in the middle so that I can get the two hatches. I guess they're more for decoration, but they could be used in an emergency to get out. We've got little pads here, little mats, anti-slip mats for when you're getting out from the driver position or when you're getting out from this ladder. I've actually found it very difficult to get up here. It's not too bad when you're on land, but I guess when you're in the water, it's a bit more of a pain. Some more random sensors. I've done a paint job where it's just like +5 and -5 of the grey colour. On this side I've got a shovel and like 2 shovels. I don't know, I thought the first one with the fin was kind of like a shovel, and then I saw the spotlight and was like, oh yeah, that's more of a shovel, but a shovel and a spade? I don't know. Digging utensils. Got some vents. I put this thing up here, ARV 8, but it kind of looks like it says ARVB, so I might change the number on the end. And down the sides I've got these little spots here, and they turn on with the lights. Inside, I don't think anything's really changed. I've got a crank here, and this is what's going to bilge. I had tried to put a manual pump down here, but the manual pump runs at like 1/3 the speed of a gearbox on a manual pump. So now I've got 3 gearboxes here, and then they're connected to this fluid port, which goes along, up, and then spits out the side. So that will suck any water out. This is still showing the water level in the air supply, and it's still detecting it from up here. I'm just going to leave the bed static for this version, or probably just for this in general. The fuel tank's been removed, and that's all the microcontrollers on the side. It's more or less the same, just with a lot of detailed pieces. So that yellow light there comes on whenever the engine is on, and I think I'll put more yellow lights around the place. And then these ones down the bottom, when the headlights are turned on, they turn on. So it's like the red lights at the back, red lights on the front. I actually haven't seen what this looks like in the dark. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Kind of menacing. And then there's like this pipe on the side. I've used rocket barrels to kind of give some extra texture and depth to places. Little pipe. I don't know, it's just kind of, it's all stuff that maybe looks like it does something, like handles and ladders on the roof and things to grab onto. I think we're going to call this the Carrier Cat. It's a catamaran, and it's a vehicle carrier of sorts. One big problem is going to be the door, and how does this seal? It's going to have some kind of garage type door, I suppose. It's going to be a sealed door, so all of this goes. Let me put the custom door in, and I think I'll have it open outwards. So you can still drive through that okay. The easiest thing is going to be tracks. One big track the whole way along. So the door needs to pop out and then slide along this. There's that space below there, so I think I'll fill that up. Put the mechanism below. You need to build the door in the frame like this. Separate subgrid, but in the frame. Had people try and convince me you can build it open and then close it, but that won't form a door. So yeah, it's going to slide out. I'm going to build it on top first, and then I can just drop it all down. So there will be, how do I want to do it, right? Because if I put the track upside down, I can use the floor space and then it'll take up less. Well, if I do it up the right way, then I can put it into the floor of the section below, so that's fine. And then this needs to be 18, I think. I'm going to use this track to stabilize. Then we need another track. Probably need another gripper to stabilize this section too. Because it's such a big door, I don't want it to twist. And then this can connect into the door. So this should be enough to test it. I'll probably use some hard points. Which way is which? It pops out and then slides away. That's a massive door to be sliding. Doesn't even go the whole way. I don't like this. What I would really want it to do is have it fold up in sections. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would reduce from the total height of the room, and it would also mean that the room would have to come at least one, and I don't even know if it would seal from that point, because this bit of the door would now be in alignment with the floor, and I'm pretty sure that's when it stops being a door. When there's like something covering like that between both of the parts of the door, it stops being a door. So I may be cursed to use the full size. If I go in, then I can't put anything in this space. If I slide in, then I lose space internally, and it'll still look as gross as this. If I rotate outwards, it won't be able to open if the ramp is up. Also, where the door actually is, I'm gonna have to shuffle it across one so that I can put a normal door where the walking path is. Otherwise it will open into the wall. So it's all got to go across one. I could put the door inside the door. There's no real issue doing that, other than it's kind of tricky to get through that gap. Or you'd always have to be jumping. So it's easy if you like crouch jump, if you jump and crouch mid-air. I would rather just have the door on the side, I think. This is such a huge area that I need to keep buoyant, so I can't really make a door that's not sealing. Huh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that would be the crawl space with tracks in the top and bottom. And then this just needs to come along as far as it can go, I guess. It's probably 20, right? Probably not considering this properly. I'm probably not thinking about this. So that moves me back and forwards. That should be fairly stable. And then I need another system to just poke out and go along. I'm trying to keep it all compact, you know? And then if I use barrels, because I need to increase the weight, this will make the door heavier. This bit here needs its weight increased as well. The best thing about doing it this way though is that this is pretty compact. Now, all of this do you see what I'm cooking? Drop this down, and so that the tracks are in the floor of each of those sections. It probably should go directly below it, because I think that'll be the most stable. Oh yeah, it doesn't need to be like this though. It doesn't need to be poking through into this section. I am a silly billy. It can come across so that it's still enclosed. I was thinking I would put it right at the very end, and that's why it's built to slide back. but if it's directly below it, it should be more stable and less likely to fall over. Then all I've got to do is grab this one that slides back and forwards. Now that's got all the weight of the door on it. Need a door controller, door frame controller. You don't need this, but it is helpful in the fact that it outputs a signal when it's ready to be sealed. And then the other thing I'm going to do is use hard points. I love hard points. I can't use hard points on this. Huh, I'm gonna have to put them on the bottom here. This is a real silly way of doing this. Can I connect it to this maybe? Or is that's too far to travel? It needs to be this way. I'm gonna use a pipe. I'm feeling like using a pipe today. And then one of the rocket hard points. Like that. Maybe I'll use a gearbox. So now it's connected to the sliding section that's going up and down. Then I need another bit for the up and down bit that's going to grab into the floor probably. We'll have it like this. Connected to gripper. That whole thing can move through the big hard point, so it's not a problem. And then when it gets down to the other end, we'll have another hard point. This is basically the same logic that I used on Paladin. I'm also going to have to cut this entire door. And I'll need to reconnect it. So it's this one here. I would be really happy if someone took Paladin and built their own version of it. Finished it. Trying to find the door that slid. Did I not even save a version? Oh my god, how far back was this? I don't even have a version of it working with a sliding door anymore. Big time suck. Well, let's get a button. This will probably be an instrument panel with a push button. It would be really good if I moved the door along one more so I can put the instrument panel in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Button, push, door. Oh, we should make it like sliding door. Maybe a sliding door and an arrow button. Wow, an arrow button wouldn't help, would it? It could be open. Let's see, can I put this all into a 1x6? Will it fit? Door panel, door track in / out, door track sideways. Nah, it's not gonna fit. We need to read 4 ordnance types. We need in, ordnance, out, ordnance type, left, ordnance type. I'm gonna change this. Sideways open ordnance, sideways closed ordnance type. Some problems that I noticed with Paladin was that it took a lot of time for the hardpoints to reset from their release state. So it's possibly a good idea to have 4 separate releases. So like in release, out release. What did I say? Sideways closed release, sideways open release. What does that give me? Yeah, basically a 2x8. I might put these all together, all the green ones. So this should be pretty easy. When the button is pressed and the in ordnance type is closed, so it needs to reset when the sideways left ordnance one. There you go. Blah, blah, blah. Makes a lot of noise. Oh, and I can't recall it halfway into the track movement. That would have been really good to have if it just counted up and down. We're gonna go with that for now. I've spent literally an hour doing that, and that's moved my ramp position over a lot. But now what will happen inside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess I can put my pipes and stuff there. I could use rails for this, I suppose. I think rails are a bit exterior looking sometimes. They don't always look the best indoors. Yeah, I like pipes a lot better. You know, like a pipe just looks like a rolled steel tube. You know, like all your handrails are like always this rolled steel. They're always this tube of steel. And then that would just carry on. Have a 5 gap, and then it would carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I'm just stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I could merge it directly into the wall. Leave a comment down below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to expand this wall a bit. There you go. One buoyant area with a door. Probably need another door over here. So a lot of these tall spaces seem to have like another floor above a lot of areas. Do you know what I mean? Like this could come all the way back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I go up 1, then I get 8, so it's still high enough that you could walk through it. There's no real good block for a grate though. There's like this. You know what I mean? Like a crisscross grate. Oh, no, there is. The belt. The ammo belt. I need the 3 wide? Or I could do the 4 wide. Which one's 4 wide? Does that look any good? There is the smaller one. Oh, it looks exactly the same. Okay, I'm doing this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really know what the point of this is, but it does seem kind of cool. And then it can also probably come around the back here. The area to like load in cargo, I think it's going to have to be one big spot in the middle. And then it's so you can come up, like you can lift the thing up and then go left or right. And so it's got to be wide enough to get a container through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a container. Plus 2 for the ARV, which is 13. Then we want to give it some leeway, so another 2 on the sides. And then I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walking space. The ARV was 34 blocks long, so plus 4 for 38. So yeah, we should be able to pick stuff up through this hole, and it'll be a custom door. Surprise, surprise. This one's actually going to go the other way, like this, facing down. It doesn't actually matter which way you want to open your custom door. The lip that you see on these doors is not there, it doesn't exist. You can push custom doors through that if you want. I need it here actually, yeah. I do need it at this height because you want to be able to drive around on it if you have it closed and you're just loading. And it's good because there's still space down the back, so I would be able to drive around. I mean, let me put it in and then I'll see how I feel. I'm thinking like if it's open then I'm not going to be able to drive in here. But if I'm driving in here while it's open, like what am I doing? what's the wacky situation that's led me to opening this and trying to drive into it? Just put some wedges on here so that if I'm lifting like a container or something, it's less likely to get stuck. It's got something to sort of direct it up into the hole. Oh, no, wait a minute. I can't do this. The door's got to have somewhere to go, and it's going in there. Door, another door. This could actually be a ramp if I made it long enough. I'm thinking, can I make this a glitched door? Glitch door would do a lot better here. There's gonna be some caveats with doing this. It's likely I'll need to put a double wall in here. So my wall needs to be on the outer frame, and then this like decorative piece of wedge needs to be on the other part of the door, if it's even going to let me do that. And then I need to connect this door to the body with pivots. You can use tracks as well, but pivots are the way I like to do it. So that hard point is going to... Oh yeah, I know a good way to do this. Like this. Pew! Pew! The hard point makes sure it won't move at all, and the pivots tell it that it is like a door, you know, like a door. Okay, so that is technically sealed, I think. I'm gonna have to make it wider as well, though. I also, yeah, I'm gonna have to make it wider. I'm gonna have to make it wider. Damn it. It'd be really good to see if this is actually sealed. So let's chuck in a wall. Actually, this room is sealed. Yeah, okay. I can just chuck in a fluid spawner, and it should fall to the ground as it spawns really quickly. Through the floor, probably. Not through the floor. And if we go under here, water. So it's sealed. The inverted moon pool. So the gap that I've got here was 17, so it's sort of big. But like, what am I going to put in here? What kind of door will I have? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, I don't really have too much space along this side to keep pushing the door across. So I'm essentially going to have to use robotic pivots and then have 2 folding doors, which from experience I know that works a lot better than having a sliding door. So I need to cut this, make sure I've got the walking space down the back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, I want it to go one more so that I've got a gap of 5 like what I have here. Gap of 5, then the rail, and then I don't know if I'll put a rail in there, but keeps that all consistent. That's part of the door, that's part of that. Now I can just put some robotic pivots in and get a rocket, and I'm going to paint it grey. Merge that. Oh, come on. Merge that. That pivot doesn't even need to be there. That pivot can be way back. I've got so much space, I think I'm going to use it. So, oh, I was thinking that I could put this in the wall and then hide it underneath the wall. What I can do is get rid of this piece of the pivot and then XML something over top of it. Somehow along the line I've changed over to grey. Let's make a controller for this so it's 1 input, 1 output. I use a flip switch for this. Floor, door panel, floor, door, pivots, switch box. This one. Yes, I need this one. This can't be an optimal way to do this. I said I was going to optimize it. I'm not so sure. I mean, I'll try, and I might just have to redo everything. Ta-da! So, this door opens. Bzzzt. Very nice. Then we have this one, which you fall in the gap a little bit. Because there is technically a hole here. Like I'm falling through it. But if we flip this switch... that should be okay, right? That's enough, like, height. You should be able to drive in between that and then go up. Same with containers. If I really have to, I can put another fold in here and then fold it out even more so it comes along the bottom. Or it is a robotic... it's a robotic pivot. No, it's a robotic pivot. Oh, this is gonna be not so good. I use one of these 4x4 pyramids. What I'm thinking. But see how it's crossing over the door frame, so I don't know if that is going to cause it to unseal. So yeah, I don't know if that still counts as an enclosed space. I just put some wedges on where the pivots are below to make sure that they are not connected to this crawl space. Now what I can do is take this whole door, flip it sideways, and then start it like that. Okay? And then inside this controller we've got the closed, or one was to open, right? But we probably want to make this 0.5. And then I need, not that, I need another constant number, which is -1. Yeah, -1. And that goes to my off signal. And we'll get a fluid spawner, see if it spawns. If it spawns full of water, we're good. If it doesn't, we're bad. It looks like it spawned full of water. You can always tell by how quickly it falls. And so my door has gone up to its, what was it, like -1. If we have a look inside, now if I press the button, the door opens. It opens too much. Let's try 2.5. Get rid of that spawner. The trick about this, by giving myself that more space. Oh, it's... wait, why did it do that? Anyway, I know why it did it. Because it's like pivoting into the top part of the wedge. Right, it's pivoting into that piece. Well, we've come this far. We might as well continue committing sins. If I move this back 1, there shouldn't be any change to the way this works as a door, but it'll give me more room to pivot the door back. So I just need to make sure my grids are the same. And now I should be able to change that controller. Instead of 2.5, 0.5 may still be too much, but it'll be able to go much further now. What about 0.3? Maybe I should put a lever on this to find out. Oh, it's doing it at 0.3? Damn. 2.5 it is. It's a little bit laggy with these two together. It's not a good sign. Hold on, look at this. It's mostly the AVR that's got bad physics. So we're low enough with the doors, you know, giving me more room on the sides. I was thinking that it would be like I might have been able to clear the height of the doors. There we go. Do we make it in the length? Just, it'll be very tight. And then if I close this while it's still down there. Oh well. Well, that's good. The sizing looks okay. Connectors. I want to have at least 5 all the way around the edge. Alright, so that's 5. That's 5. And then the connectors. And then 27. Then connector, then 5. Connector, then 27 again. Oh, it doesn't fit. It fits. And it's all perfectly spaced exactly how I want it. So that's 2 container spots on that side. I won't be able to get a third in the middle, which kind of sucks. I might be able to move the door or not even have it if I want to get more containers in here. I'm going to leave it at 2 containers. So the goal is 2 containers plus 1 ARV. I should put them in here, shouldn't I? Except this is right up against where these pipes are. Oh, maybe I should just shift it all across. This puts the containers more, you know, like closer to the center. More central. And gives me space to put pipes if I want to do another walkway style thing on the other side, on this left side here. Got space at the back. And then the engine room will be directly in here. Do you think that's a good idea to have this big door in the middle, in the floor? There's a final test. I probably need to open that door. I need a garage door button. Oh, also the ramp's not in the right place. Please don't hit the roof. Oh, I hit the roof. I'm gonna have to move something. The ramp needs to probably be further back if I'm gonna be doing that. Also, driving in third person, totally impossible. This is gonna be so hard to park in here. I did not think this through. It made way more sense, and then I put a roof on it and it just like went to hell. At least I can drive over the door though, without like falling through or anything. That's pretty cool though. This is a big garage in the back here, isn't it? Like if you wouldn't, I don't know what you'd put in here, but you could put a couple of these things, a couple of tanks. It's so big when you put it in an enclosed space. Steady. Steady. Do you think that's in the right place? Am I centered? No, I can come back a bit. Oh, too much. Alright. Put the parking brake on just so it doesn't move. Quick deploy. I am pleased with this. It's a little bit outlandish and maybe not going to be as optimized as I thought it could be, but it's working. What do you guys think? Is there anything I need to change about this? Like, is it too big? Is it too small? Do I need that hole in the floor as a gantry, or is there a way to load containers? Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.